ever driven down a deserted country road? You might have noticed how rough it is. Roads haven't always been smooth and paved. In fact, the first roads were barely more than animal paths. But these early roadways were still monumental achievements for the civilizations that built them. Most roads throughout history have been built for one of two reasons: to connect people to their capital or to connect people to their farmland. The earliest roads were probably built by the Sumerians in Mesopotamia around 2000 BC.
These roads were used for trade and military purposes and were
usually no more than two parallel ditches to keep the road from flooding. It was until the Roman Empire that roads were built to connect the far reaches of their vast domain. The Romans also built the world's first paved roads, which were made of large flat stones. Roman roads were so well built that many of them are still in use today. But let's get back to the history of roads. After the fall of Rome, most of Europe fell into a state of constant warfare. This made it too dangerous for merchants to travel and trade, and as a result, most people had to rely on what they could grow on their own land for food. This led to the construction of the first canals to transport goods. Canals were especially useful because they didn't depend on the weather to function. You can imagine how a road might become impassable during the winter months, but a canal could keep running as long as there was enough water. As trade increased in the Middle Ages, more and more canals were dug. This led to the first true cities. But as the Industrial Revolution began, people started to move away from canals and back to roads. This was because roads were much more flexible. A canal could only go from point A to point B once you dug it. You couldn't really change its course, whereas a road could be altered and extended much more easily. And with the invention of the steam engine, and eventually the internal combustion engine, roads became the preferred method of transportation. The first roads were built thousands of years ago and have been an important part of civilization ever since. They allow us to connect with each other and trade goods and services. Roads even help to spread the knowledge and ideas of ancient cultures. Without roads, our world would be a much different place. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about the Industrial Revolution, stay tuned for more information.